Hey, y'all doing out there, man? Hey, I just wanted to let y'all know I had a wonderful video yesterday. It was one of mine that I enjoyed the most. It may not mean nothing to y'all, but it sure does mean a lot to me. Because here's the thing. I had somebody get on there and comment about the last video that I made and how I was trying to mess with safety. You know, how dare you test a flame or test a leak with an open flame or a raw flame, or it's not the clicker, or whatever the deals were there, man. I know that those are not the technical terms for a lot of the things that I was using, but I knew that it worked the same way as a heating and air conditioning unit, you know, basically. And it was called, and come to find out, thermocouple is the same thing on a heating and air conditioning unit. I just didn't know what they wanted to call it on the hot water heaters, because I'm not really a plumber. Heating and air guy knows a little bit about everything. He has to know about wiring. He has to know about how water flows. He has to worry about having P-traps in his system. To you know, not suck gas up out of the sewer and put it in your air conditioning system. We have to know about airflow. We have to know about wire size. We have to know about freon pressures. We have to know the highs and the lows of the suction line, and what do those things cause. What causes these things when you're reading your gauges on the outside of your house? What are the different things that causes those pressures, and what to look for? And I just and why the outside unit won't come on. What's the first thing you check if the outside unit won't come on? And it could be, you know, there could be a lot of things, but the first thing you would check was the float switch. I was just letting him know the first step on everything, you know, and I challenged him, and he didn't once not text me back. And while I was texting all that stuff down there, one guy, he's a plumber, is Danny the plumber, and he came on there and he says, "Man, you just saved your landlord about $250, depending on how honest the guy is." And I was like, "Right on, dude. A plumber took up for me, man. A plumber. Good job," he told me. so, then another guy got on there and he texted me, or he messaged me back, you know, because I checked all my replies, you know, and he texted me back on the YouTube, and he said, he says, "Hey Limpy," he says, my fan motor in my house sounds like a faint foghorn, something like that, noise when it first starts up. Could it be the motor bearings, or this, that, and the other?" And I said, yeah. And I explained to him, detailed how to pull the squirrel cage out of the unit. You got to take 4 screws out. You got to look for a oiling port that's on the back of the motor, yada yada yada. Anyway, that made me feel good, because somebody actually asked me for knowledge that I knew, you know. They asked me, I just wasn't offering it. And that was like the glory right there. And so I just got on there basically, and I hardcore took up for myself and stood my ground, and just basically made that guy look like an ass online with the messages, you know. And I still hope he stays subscribed to me. I hope you ain't that mad at me, man. But it just seems that, man, every time I got something to stay, and even if you do leave, man, guess what, man? You're just one person. You're one subscriber compared to all the other many that were communicating with me and giving me a good time on the internet, you know. And that's what made me really the happiest, man. That was a great video yesterday, and every part about it, and every statement made on it. I'm not erasing shit. I'm gonna leave it on there. But anyway, I did write, I sit here all the time, and I did write a poem. Took a while to write it, because I just can't sit down and write something and then write the whole thing. I seen people write poems, and they can write them things frontwards and backwards with their eyes closed. You give them five things to feed off of, and they'll just make everything rhyme like any old time, but not me. But, my poem came with like weeks, but I got it all written down here, and it's all in little tiny papers, this tore up and a little here, a little there, and so I'm going to read off. I got them spread out on here on the coffee table, but it says, the name of the poem is I Can't Get YouTube Out of My Head. And here it goes. I just can't get YouTube out of my head. God knows I've tried, but I just can't forget. I keep trying to sleep, but I'm lying awake. I keep thinking about the life I almost threw away, but I won't let me go. And I want y'all to know I've never had it this bad. All those crazy vids and all the shit y'all said, maybe it was the way I talked. Maybe it was the way y'all laughed. Well, I just don't know what it is, but I want y'all to know I want this to last. Anyway, maybe it's corny, maybe it's sissy, but that's the way I really feel. That's the way I really feel, man. It comes from the heart. When I write, it comes from the heart. Anyway, y'all be good, man, and thank you for all the support y'all have given me, man. I'm finally starting to get it. Look, there's no wrinkles in my forehead. I'm happy. Thank y'all. Y'all really made me happy, man. Peace out. See y'all till next time, man.